completed. It is. The Messiah is come and done. But this is the final redemption. This is the transition from redemption to restoration and to the kingdom. And to go to the kingdom, we have to go through this thing called the Great Tribulation on our journey to the Promised Land, which is called the Greater Exodus. When does the Exodus begin? Well, historically from Egypt, it came after the Passover. When is the Greater Exodus going to take place? After this final redemption Passover. How do we know this Passover this year is specifically the final redemption Passover and it's not just the memorial of the ancient Egypt Exodus? How do we know this is the one? It's because Elijah shows up for the cup. We've been setting the cup for him. And when suddenly the report is Elijah is in the land, then we know this is the Passover that is for the final redemption and the beginning of the greater Exodus. And we're going to be going through the Great Tribulation, ultimately the great and terrible day of the Lord. All right? So where do we find in the New Testament that it talks about Elijah showing up before the Lord in the Great Tribulation so we know about the final redemption? Well, we have this incredible prophecy, are you ready for this? Of the two witnesses. Guess what the best assessment is that one of the two witnesses is? Elijah. We believe that prophecy in Revelation 11 about the two witnesses that come. One who comes in the spirit of Moses, one who comes in the spirit of Elijah, that they will give warning. They will be doing the same thing to Moses and Aaron did with Pharaoh, warning him before the judgments hit, warning the Egyptians about the judgments of God, trying to get them to release the children of Israel so they could go to the Promised Land. So we're going to have that prophecy being fulfilled, and we will know that he's in the world before that Passover because we see these two witnesses take their position at the Temple Mount in Jerusalem prior to the Passover in question. So when we come to the Passover that is the final redemption, we already know Elijah is in the world. We already have the testimony. We already see them operating up on the Temple Mount, announcing judgments. That are impending judgments to come upon the anti-Messiah and upon this world that are turning against the Lord.